This is CryptoTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is Masternode Monday, episode 22 today. Thank you for tuning in and being here with me on this fine Monday evening. Now, in today's video, we're going to be going through Masternode's portfolio update. We've got updates from Midas, Divi, Stakecube, and Flits teams to all get through. So let's jump into this one, starting with the Masternode Buzz portfolio update. This is Masternode's portfolio, and this is now a $78,000 Masternode portfolio that he has amassed. Total profit over $8,000 right now. So some very healthy payouts, as you can see from this chart here. And also we have his Masternode allocations. And as you'll see, there's a lot of similarities to my portfolio in here as well. So it's good to see that I'm on the right track as this guy does this on a professional basis here. So it says on February 1st, 2021, we managed to set a new all-time high on our Masternode portfolio. And as reported in previous updates, we've seen Bitcoin stabilize, which causes money to flow into the alts. So this is something that we all know happens, the trickle-down effect, starting with the larger cap plays and then moving its way down through mids and low cap altcoins. And this will continue throughout the month of February, fingers crossed on that. And we can all see some big gains comparative to BTC, the daddy at that point. So clearly his portfolio has taken a nice uptick here, similarly with mine as well, some very nice payouts. And you can see his monthly profit around $500 there. So definitely a nice figure to see. The portfolio grew 24% in total, and the Horizon Supernode was the biggest increase for him, up 166%. Four and Stakecube also increasing 46 and 42%. Respectively, and you can see his monthly profits, the number one earner being that Divi Silver node, and then Horizon, and then the Divi Copper, followed by Flits, Midas, and then down here we've got another one that I've got, Stakecube. You've got the Masternode ROI, so this is the annualized return. So Flits is the highest ROI coin of them all at 70% ROI, and this is my highest ROI coin in the portfolio as well. And this one, again, has started to increase in price over the last week or so. Big updates coming from their end on this. Monthly profits decreased a bit, but it was mostly the low ROI masternodes increasing in value. Furthermore, our Midas Masternode had to be moved to a new server, causing downtime and missed profits. So a few little issues there, but that is to be expected when dealing with the masternodes. You're not going to get 100% uptime all of the time. So our first coverage here is for Midas, and we can see that Trevor has announced that the APY on BTC and Ethereum is up to a whopping 16% and 11% respectively. This is a new booster of these interest rates as a bit of a celebratory for their 3-year anniversary. So it says, how can you pay such high yields? Well, it says, during the bull run in 4 months, we tested various strategies on trading algorithms, DeFi markets, and options, which showed great results. It allowed us to accumulate enough BTC and ETH to pay both interest rates in the following months. So that is a nice booster, and that means no matter what level of lock-in you've got, you're going to be receiving these high rates. And in terms of the stable YAP and Masternode YAP, as they contain BTC or ETH, they will also have an increased APY on the next payout as well to incorporate this booster. So this is going to last for 1 month at least, but possibly longer depending on market conditions. And it says for the diamond users as well here, that they will also get an additional promotional period here of an additional 2.5% APY on their payouts. As you can see, the 16% and 11% are kind of the standard for these guys, so there would be no increase to them, but they're putting that 2.5% on top, so 18.5 and 13.5 for those two. And then further to this as well, they've changed something on the platform. So typically when we have our share cards, we just go over to them. And if I bring up the Midas one here of mine, you would have the toggle bar along here where you could choose whether you wanted to have 25% reinvest, 75% reinvest, 100% reinvest. But what they found is that for almost everyone, so 95 out of 100 investors actually had it at 100% reinvest, so a compound method. So people weren't really using 25% or 50%, and it just makes sense because people are usually all or nothing. So either you want it to compound or you don't want it to compound. So what they've done here is actually come to the conclusion that rather than having the option here, they're just going to make it a 100% reinvest for everyone. So this will help them scale their systems and make the interface easier in terms of the algorithms and how they pay out on that. And this will also be just easier for users new to the platform looking at it thinking, what do these different figures mean? And in the future, we will also abandon the daily fee mechanism and change it to something more favorable from the investor's point of view. So there may be some additional fee reductions coming on the platform, but we'll stay tuned to see what happens with all that. We do have some more burnouts activated this week as well, paying out a total of just over half of a Midas coin to me. So I'm going to withdraw that one back to the share as well there and just add that to the Satoshi stack once more. And on the instant buy reports here, we can see what people have been purchasing across the Midas ecosystem here, and a total of 0.67 BTC in weekly volume from the instant buy function. You can see a lot of people have been buying up Divi, NRG, and Zen. Those are the most frequently bought up there, and it gives you a little bit of an insight as to what other investors are looking to buy at this time. And finally, I had this from Midas in my inbox. So this is the weekly payout of my portfolio. So for my staking balances or my shared Masternode balances down here, I had some Midas, some Divi and Zen. Those are the rewards. And then there's the USD valuation of each of these. So I thought that was quite cool to have this infographic sent to you via email as like a little update, just to let you know that your portfolio is ticking over. Now on to Divi. This is their weekly recap posted by Canon from their team here. 1552, that's the total number of masternodes at the time of writing this. Is about 3 or 4 days old now. However, this is over 1.1 billion Divi locked up in masternodes, which is pretty incredible. They have now actually broken 17,000 wallet signups as well. And it says this: Jeff McCabe, Nick and Jeff Packard currently together in San Diego for the week, aligning on strategy for 2021 and dialing in the core value propositions that will lead us into the future. And then there's a plug for Live at 5 that I watched this week. We'll jump into that in a second. Then marketing wise, our brand new blog will be live this week, so blog.diviproject.org. This is part of our efforts to begin pushing organic traffic to our sites, and the blog will include future updates and informative articles along with wallet-specific content. They're focusing on creating digestible content for beginners as part of their crypto made easy philosophy. So Divi Live at 5 took place. There's some nice updates here. We've got the reveal of some of their new updates on the website, showing you how Divi is going to market itself towards a brand new raft of crypto users. We saw that not only Nick was there, but Nick was also alongside Jeff live in the building. Good to see the duo together and talking through Divi going forward. And I really like this because I just think to have your two chiefs of the project openly talking about it on a live stream. This was over an hour long. For new investors coming into the space, clearly you want this kind of transparency. And for us as a long-term investors, and we've been with Divi for about a year now, you get to see exactly what kind of chats they're having. You see behind the scenes. Often if you're just on Twitter, you just get like that two-dimensional view or one-dimensional view of what's going on, but seeing them in real life chatting to each other, seeing the enthusiasm they have going into this year is just a breath of fresh air. And there were some really awesome updates within this as well. I would highly recommend watching this for any prospective Divi investors or current Divi investors. Going on to the website here, and we'll talk about some of the updates, but I really like the slick look of this now. So they've been updating everything in terms of the website, and I just see this from the lens of new investor coming in here. Have they got everything checked? Yes, they do. They've got all the LinkedIn profiles. They've got the fully transparent team on here. These are the kind of things that new people are going to come in here and look for and expect. They've also got the roadmap aligned, ready for this year as well. And you can see some of the cool things to be coming. And if we just click on a few of these. So this was a reveal in the Live at 5. So financial institution partnership. So a partnership with a US-based financial institution to enable Divi Wallet financial solutions, including fiat on and off ramps, crypto swapping, crypto purchase, custody, ACH relationships, liquidity, and regulatory compliance. The partnership capabilities are planned into the Divi Wallet. So they didn't release who the institution is as yet, but they did kind of say that this could be released to us, this information, in the month of February. So that is going to be pretty awesome, and that is the kind of thing that's going to get investors' ears perked up and something we can push to the masses. On top of this as well, we had some really cool updates from Jeff. So people were asking when Tier 1 exchange, and Jeff said they've actually got ongoing talks with a Tier 1 exchange right now, and that the price quoted was acceptable to them. They had the budget for this. And if you just think about maybe a year or year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I think the advent of Uniswap has meant that centralized exchanges don't have the kind of power that they used to have, where they were charging millions and millions of dollars in listing fees. And now the smaller projects do have a chance of getting on them, as you need to stay competitive even for these centralized exchanges now. They want hot new projects, and Divi clearly does tick some boxes for this, with integrations in the NFT and gaming space, as long with DeFi with a wrapped Divi coming soon. So that was also mentioned in the stream. Wax Divi, so the team over on Wax are building a Wax version of Divi to be used in NFTs. They've also running out the eDivi program as well. So there's a lot of different iterations of Divi in different formats on different blockchains coming to us. And on top of this as well, they have listed on an Indian exchange called BYU Coin, an Indian exchange, I think the third biggest exchange in India. But clearly that is a growing market out in India, a big sector you want to hit early before it really does flourish. And crypto's had a few hiccups over there with bans and whatnot, but they're going to be onboarding crypto for sure, and you want to position yourself ideally for that. So come and check out the roadmap and stuff. There's just a lot of information on here. I really like the way that this is going and how slick it all looks. I think this is going to attract some serious investment this coming year. Now on to Flits. They had an update here talking about the update for the Flits app, which is pending still. I think it will be launched tomorrow. So this is an article they put out here. There's some nice infographics of the new app and the layout, but they were talking about it like the deal was already done. But unfortunately, I think it takes a little bit longer than you expect with these kind of things. Getting pushed through the Apple Store and stuff like that does always take a little bit longer, but we should be there tomorrow. So stay tuned for that update. But everything does look pretty sleek and good to go. As soon as that is up and ready, I'll be showing you on the channel, of course. One of the cool things within the weekly update here, Flits has been holding on to some serious top secret discussions with another party in an effort to release a Flits branded ATM card in the very near future. So that will be an awesome way to go and spend your Flits rewards or other crypto rewards, Masternode rewards, at an ATM wherever you live. Then, as we know, the cold staking has been extended again for this month, but we've got some updates or some questions down here in the AMA section. When will cold nodes where collateral is not needed in the app be available? So this is the best way to capture Tritium customers, as that was an option for Tritium. And it says, we're pleased to say we're currently working on this, and they expect a release by end of Q1 or the start of Q2. So that would fully integrate all those Tritium members then. And then when mining rewards in stablecoin. So this person wants stablecoin payouts. For the time being, we're keeping them in Flits or BTC for now. So that was also an update that Ethereum payouts for mining rewards are going to be stopped. And this is just due to the fact that Ethereum transaction fees are so high. The amount of gas you've got to pay to move Ethereum right now is consistently like around 100 Gwei. And if you're getting a mining payout, even to get that into your account is going to be costing the team a lot of money. And if you want to withdraw it, you're going to have to wait months and months and months to make it profitable to do so. So this is a good business decision. If it's not going to be profitable for your clients, there's probably no point in offering it. So payouts will continue on the 1st and 15th of the month, but it will be in BTC format going forward. Current stats on the network. So this was this week, an additional 570 new users, an additional 24 BTC in total value. They were down 77 nodes in total, 112 coins listed. And as it was the first of the month, you will see February the 1st, my mining payout for the month came in, or my bi-monthly payout. So the first of two this month has come in, 8,285 Satoshis in total. Current ROI around 6.2%. And that is with 30 workers running for me. So you can see all my previous transactions down here and what I've earned to date. 49,418 sats. So if you want to get involved with that, check out the link down below, sign yourself up to Flits, and then you can start to buy some mining workers for BTC. And then onto Stakecube, and I'm sure a lot of eagle-eyed individuals have seen this. So if you log into Stakecube today, you have to agree to the new terms of service. As we go over to V3 now, the withdrawal limits have increased. So previously you could withdraw a maximum of $1,000 of crypto per day, and now that's being increased to 1 BTC for all non-KYC accounts. So still no enforced KYC. And then just about 40 minutes ago, Minecube V3 released. And this means that you can now get yourselves some hash power. And let's have a little look at what that looks like. So V3 release means hash power has been ported to the new system. As we outlined previously, the new Minecube will bundle up miners from Bitcoin, the SHA-256, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Dash, and these miners will constitute a pool from which users can reserve shares or workers. So the worker price is $4, and they have ported your previously owned hash power to a new system accordingly. So these are the conversion rates. So 1 worker per 100 gigahashes, previously owned Bitcoin mining. So 0.75 workers per 1 gigahash of previously owned Dash mining. So the same cost, just broken down there for you to easily understand. So previously when you were seeing $4 for a worker and getting 100 gigahash, still the same thing here. So this is the ratio at which they've switched them over, pretty much the same as before. We've also introduced the possibility to pay for your workers straight up in SCC as well as in the credits. So the miner prices in Stakecube coin will be calculated at the current exchange rates, whereas the credits you will have to pre-buy. So if you are constantly watching the markets and seeing where the Stakecube coin price goes on a day-to-day basis, you can convert into credits and maybe take advantage of that. And with the new system, coins mined by all miners will be bundled up and converted into BTC at current exchange rates, and payouts will be distributed to users in BTC by default, but you can also opt to be paid in a different coin. So these are the coins down here: Bitcoin, Stakecube, Dash, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Doge. And they will be adding more coins to this list, as well as the possibility to select more than one. So maybe like 50% BTC, 50% SCC in the future. But let's take a look at what it looks like now, as this is the first of the V3 updates to be released. So you can see a brand new user interface for this. You can see the number of workers that I've set up, my accrued balance thus far. You can see earnings on here, but clearly it hasn't kicked in yet. Spent versus earn as well. So from here, we can buy our workers with credits. As you can see, I've got 8 credits, or you can buy with Stakecube coins. If you go to credits, you can see the price per worker, the available workers, so over 5,500 currently. The amount you want to buy, just enter that in there. It'll let you know the number of credits that's going to cost you. And you can do the same thing with Stakecube as well. And then it converts it in the background as per current exchange rate. And on the right hand side, we have a mining calculator. So you can see what your rough payout is going to be, less the fee per worker purchased. Then up here, you can click across to your payout coin. So if you want to be paid out in Litecoin, just click on Litecoin and it will swap that for you. Then we got these tabs. We've got My Activity, where you can see the migration process that took place and then the workers that I've just bought. You can see the miners that are online and the hash power dedicated to each of these. So we've got our Bitcoin SHA-256 hash rate going. You can see the Dash, the ETH, the Litecoin, and just go through those, analyze them. But essentially you're now buying workers, mining each of all 4 of these cryptocurrencies. They're then taking the combined payouts, converting them to BTC and distributing those rewards. So in theory, we should no longer run out of available workers. But as you can see, that number is going down pretty quick. A lot of people cottoning onto this as this has been released in the last hour now and getting involved with it. But I think they did say they've got capacity to expand the output. But this is just the first step of the V3 rollout. So pretty exciting times, and hopefully each week we'll have a new section of the website that we can release to you on these Masternode Monday videos. So that was the rundown for this week. Check out the links down below to support the channel and get involved with some of the projects you've seen in today's video. If you've got any questions or queries, also hit me up in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're new here, subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.